Tonight, football is celebrating the start of the 1990 World Cup campaign. Welcome to the Hardsturm Stadium in Zurich, where FIFA, the game's international governing body, which is based in this famous Swiss city, has brought together the only two countries sure of their places in the next World Cup final. Italy, the host nation, against Argentina, the reigning world champions. A special international with the promise of some excellent football. And David Pleat, the Tottenham manager, alongside me. David, Mexico memories revived for both of us, but also another stimulating opportunity, really, to look forward.
Yeah, two sides who play with a lot of style, a lot of patience when necessary, and it's a great occasion for them because the pressure's off. They know they're secure in the knowledge that they're going to be in the next World Cup, and they can begin to rebuild with a game to set before the world.
Well, before the kick-off, João Havelange, FIFA's president, presenting to Pelé the FIFA gold medal, only the fifth recipient of this prestigious award. Previously, it's gone to Helmut Schön, West Germany's great coach, Franz Beckenbauer, Dino Zoff, and Bobby Charlton. Pelé is 46 now, but he's been saying here in Switzerland that he wants to play at Wembley in August for the rest of the world in that special match to celebrate the centenary of the Football League, organised by the league and Mercantile Credit. That would be quite some achievement at that age, but I'm sure it would have some commercial appeal. Well, will they play in the same team at Wembley? Both countries looking to the future in their team selections. Maradona is joined by 6 other members of the World Cup winning squad. 3 of the newcomers, all from River Plate, the World Club champions, goalkeeper Goicoechea, central defender Funes, and Alfaro, who wins his first cap at the age of 30 in place of the injured Burruchaga. As for Italy, none of their defenders played in Mexico. Indeed, Ferrara of Napoli is winning his first cap tonight. His clubmate Bagni will be a steadying influence in midfield, and in attack, Altobelli, 31 years old now, partners the most exciting young Italian forward, Vialli of Sampdoria. There is significance in the choice of referee. Frenchman Joel Quignou sent off Uruguay's Batista in the first minute of the World Cup group game against Scotland. Quignou appointed tonight because FIFA are keen to show their support of what was a controversial decision at the time. It's Italy then who kick off. Astonishingly, this is Argentina's first international since they beat West Germany in Mexico City to win the World Cup almost a year ago. As you can see, Zurich hasn't escaped the recent wet weather. A lot of rain fell on the pitch over the weekend. It's been drier today. Here's Bagni, socks down at the outset. It's quite a prospect. The winners in 1982 against the champions. And a lot of support in the stadium for Italy. Crowd limited to 32,000, and that some 20,000 of those are Italian supporters. Sivicki wearing number 20, and the linesman indicating that play should go on. And Argentina have the first corner, won by Dario Sivicki. Funes, number 11, waiting in the middle. And Maradona across to take the corner himself. Well, those Italian defenders will know all about it, including goalkeeper Zenga, who came with the punch. Sivicki tried the first time shot as the ball dropped. Italy have played 8 times over the last year, and last week suffered their first defeat since the World Cup finals, losing 1-0 in Sweden. And that was an important European Championship tie. Ferraro wearing number 2. De Agostini with the left foot down the line. And Altobelli's turn was a good one. But his team have been short of goals. In fact, Italy hadn't scored for 320 minutes of international football at the outset of this game. But there are possibilities for them here with De Agostini. An offside given against Cicella, the sweeper. Maradona hogging the pre-game spotlight as ever. Can he do that on the field, though? David Pleat, your impressions so far?
Yeah, my early impressions, typical South American Latin-type game. Both sides very quick to funnel back and to wait and for the danger around their own penalty boxes. A slow build-up, studied build-up, and a reluctance of the two sides when they get into wide positions to hit the cross, the deep cross into the box. So at the moment, both sides playing a little bit of chess, working for positions and playing nice and steady.
Jose Luis Brown, one of the heroes of the final itself. Running the ball out of play a moment or two ago. It's Donadoni, number 7 for Italy. And Giannini, a gifted young Roma midfield player, trying to squeeze the through pass unsuccessfully on that occasion. Batista, still the long hair and the beard of a pirate. A tight stadium, this, the home of grasshoppers in Zurich. Ferrara, the new boy from Maradona's club, Napoli. 3 Napoli players operating tonight for Italy in the starting lineup. It's Donadoni from Milan to take the corner. Vialli won it, cleared by Olati Kochea. Back from Cicella. Argentina didn't push out.
I think with the man-to-man marking that's going on, it'll be very important for the markers not to give fouls away too close to their own goal. At this moment in time, Altobelli and Vialli are being very closely marked by Ruggiero and Cachifio, the 2 Argentinians, and to give reckless challenges close to their own goal could be very dangerous.
Jerry having to come away from his specific charge for the moment because Napoli had made a good break and ended up on the ground. And the French referee giving Italy the free kick. De Agostini to take it. He's been with Verona over the past year, but will join Juventus for next season. And there was some balking there, as the goalkeeper had some difficulties with the free kick. Reclaimed by Donadoni. And the acrobatics from Bagni. Those of you who keep a careful eye on international football might remember he scored a strange goal against England in that pre-tour to Mexico in 1985 with a mishit centre, but there was nothing really mishit about that. Very close from Bagné. Maybe an Italian break here, and a rather cynical challenge by Garret on Vialli.
I think there's a carnival atmosphere all right tonight, Martin, but I think the defenders haven't entered into the spirit of the thing. There's certainly been some harsh challenges.
There are a lot of ties in the history of these two nations. Socially, a lot of the Argentinians with Italian surnames, you might notice. But something of a family at war at the moment. With 15 minutes gone. Alfaro. And they were appealing for offside against Altobelli as the ball ricocheted towards Italy's captain. It wasn't given. Maybe down on Italy's bench. Piccini there just leaning forward and shouting some optimism at the corner. Franchini is there, a defender with a good track record of pilfering goals in the Italian league. And Altobelli has been an outstanding international goal scorer for a number of years now. Back from De Agostini. Tricella trying to set things going from deep with the help of Fernando De Napoli. A lot of disappointment in Italy with the way they set about really defending their title in 1986 in Mexico. They only got as far as the first knockout phase when France completely outmaneuvered them in Mexico City. Hence the influx of new players like Vialli and Giannini. And it needed Maradona's intervention in midfield. Here's Sivicki. And how about that? Alati-Kocher, mid-air back heel. The forwards that Argentina are missing, Valdano has hepatitis and Burruchaga is injured. That was Tricella, and here's Giannini. And it's opened up for him, and it might still come for the Roma man. And Altobelli was late on the scene, but Giannini, David Pleat, perhaps making the wrong decision.
Yes, I can't help thinking that he might have gone on there, that he didn't realise how much free ground he had. A tremendous opportunity, but we must give him credit for breaking so quickly from the middle of the field.
And having opted to cross when the real gap was there, when he did let fly, or tried to let fly, it was very tame indeed.
He probably got a second bite of the cherry that he may not have deserved for his first option.
But at the hub of that break was the free player at the back, Tricella, who's now defending. Donadoni. This is De Agostini. Some nice fluidity about Italy at the moment, but it stops there on this occasion. Alfaro. It's Funes, who was caught in several minds. Altobelli with a quick free kick. De Napoli. And it was behind Vialli, and the moment was lost. Funes. Maradona bringing Garre into the play again. And Funes was poised there. Had the cross cleared the last defender. Jose Luis Brown, who's had an up-and-down season in France. Franchini doing some good work at the back a moment or two ago. Altobelli given time to turn. Giannini. De Agostini's cross. And with two waiting in the middle, it needed to be a little bit more precise.
At the moment, the Italians are moving with greater purpose from the centre of the field. They're making good breaks to try and split up the Argentinian defence. They've always got the Jose Luis Brown fella spare at the back, and they've got to try and break the defenders up and run the markers away. And certainly at the moment, the Italians are doing that with more purpose than the Argentinians.
Goicoechea playing his side straight into trouble with a weakly hit goal kick. This is Vialli. Over Altobelli. And the depth on the cross causing Argentina problems then, and allowing Giannini to make contact.
A fast cross swept in. A good header that. Good header that. But a question mark once again for possibly the third time in the game against the Argentinians when the ball is floated in the air.
Siviski. And De Agostini winning the duel between the two number threes, but only for a moment against Alfaro. Siviski. It was Caciuffo's cross. It's well held up by Altobelli. Back from Tricella. Even the Italian fans not over-pleased. Donadoni moved to Milan a year ago and was really heralded as a star of the future in the Italian game. He's had an in-and-out season with Milan. Has been one of the players that Piccini has introduced into the new Italy.
It's noticeable, Martin, that Maradona, since the early part of the game, has dropped just a little bit deeper to try and get more touches of the ball to bring the other Argentinian players into the play. So far, he hasn't wasted a ball, but he hasn't been able to use his influence in the advanced positions.
Which is what he was able to do in the World Cup. It's almost as if he's not quite sure of his teammates. Maybe he can set things going here, and that was an interesting pass, if somewhat overhit, for Alfaro.
I think it was the case there of the excellent job done by the sweeper, Tricella, the Italian, doing the same job as Brown at the other end for the Argentinians. Very quick to spot any danger of any balls played inside of the wide markers.
What we are getting, David, with two sweepers, is a game without offsides.
A game without offsides, a game with plenty of depth, plenty of room to play in the middle of the field. Although there's close marking, there is room to make angles for passes. But of course, there's always the get-out for defenders to play it back to the very deepest defender, who is the sweeper.
So it needs some thought from those attacking players, and maybe some defenders joining in there, as Ferrara tried to do. Donadoni, with De Napoli sprinting ahead of him. Altobelli through the middle, and he went for the ball played over the top, as Donadoni elected to try and whip it into feet. Maradona trying to orchestrate. Savitsky has been a willing companion in that cause. Cuciuffo. This could be dangerous now for Italy. Alfaro, when he thought perhaps they were expecting an orthodox cross, the little man from River Plate, Roque Alfaro, went hard and low, hoping for a gap around the near post.
I would have hoped that his intention would have been hard and low to the far post, Martin. To expect to get an effort against an international class goalkeeper in the net from that range would be highly optimistic.
De Napoli, now Donadoni, looking perhaps to take on Garre here. Giannini. De Napoli, and it's in! Italy, really on the balance of play, have a deserved lead, and Fernando De Napoli, his first goal in a full international for his country.
I thought he took it awfully well, although there seemed to be a scarcity of Argentinian forwards when he first picked up the ball. But he certainly took it calmly and well, and it'll open the game up now. Because although the Swiss are a neutral crowd, we assume they're a neutral crowd, I think they were sensing that we needed a goal to open the game up.
A neat turn inside onto his weaker foot, and the goalkeeper coming out couldn't prevent the underhit shot getting past him. So Italy lead after 26 minutes, and they'll be relieved in one particular respect. Had they gone 34 minutes in this match without scoring, it would have been the most barren run in the entire history of the Italian national team. 346 minutes it went in the end since their last goal, which was scored by Altobelli in Portugal back in February. So they'll be particularly grateful to De Napoli. Ticini, a faithful assistant to Berzot, and now the man in charge. Alfaro. Maradona's gone towards the near post, and Funes was checking out towards the other post, and it almost reached him. Carlos Bilardo, Argentina's coach, off the bench. Plenty of feeling in this game.
There's a lot of pride at stake tonight, and although the Argentinians are very skillful with the ball, they certainly can be very physical when they have to be, and they don't think twice about body checking if a person seems to have got the upper hand on a run. Particularly impressive is the little lad on the right for Italy, the boy Donadini, who seems as though he's got the measure when he's got possession of the ball to beat people.
Well, over the years, Italy, as we've been saying, have a splendid record against Argentina. This is the 10th meeting at senior level between the two countries, and Argentina have only won once, and that was 30 years ago. And that's exceptional when you consider that in the last 4 World Cup finals in the stages, these two countries have met. Well, Argentina looking to strike back, but they're trailing here. It's a familiar experience. Kochea with a shot that just carried too much height on it.
It was worth a try, and he's got a good left foot, and it's a powerful effort, and possibly a little bit lower, and he just may have deceived the Italian goalkeeper. But the goal will make Argentina push forward more, and as a result, we'll see a better game.
For all their recent scarcity of goals, Italy characteristically have been defending well again this season. Zenga has been beaten only once in the last 6 internationals. So that's some measure of what Argentina have to achieve here if they're going to get parity in this match or go on and win it. 15 minutes remaining in the first half. Alfaro. Garé getting forward again, and Donadoni accepting that he has to defend. Staying with Oscar Garé. And here's Altobelli having to work back.
I think the warm applause there was fully deserved because Trinchella, the sweeper, had gone way ahead, surging forward, and with that pass being cut out by the Argentinians, all of a sudden the Italians looked stretched, but Altobelli just confirming that a forward has to work just as hard as a defender on occasions.
Ruggeri, header down by Kochea. Maradona stabbing the ball off, almost with the studs on the left boot. Maradona played in 29 of Napoli's 30 league games, which took them to their first ever Italian championship this season. If not always at his personal best, he was certainly the inspiration. Zenga's come a long way. There were a lot of questions asked in Mexico about Italy's goalkeeping. Giovanni Galli had an unhappy time and hasn't played since then. Giannini. And Vialli is capable of going his own way here. And it's gone in off Garé, who was trying to clear it, but Vialli showing the potential that has so excited football lovers in Italy.
I think you see how he was almost lazy here, as though it wasn't matter. He'd lost the concern, and all of a sudden he burst and wrong-footed the Argentinian defender. I mean, it was a first-class goal. There's got to be a question mark against the goalkeeper. But at the same time, it was a bit of explosion from Vialli after he'd lured the defender into a false sense of security. It was almost now as though it doesn't matter, and then going past him with just that little bit of a surge. Got his angles wrong. The goalkeeper must have got his angle wrong there.
And there was nothing that Garé on the line could do but to boot the ball further into the net. So with 35 minutes gone now, Italy very much in control. But Vialli, Gianluca Vialli, remember his name. Joao Havelange in the front row, I'm sure appreciating how well Italy have started this game.
He looks so serious, Martin. It looks as though somehow he wants the Argentinians to win.
these two countries, the envy really of every other footballing nation. They will be there in the 1990 World Cup finals in Italy. The draw for the qualifying groups, which affects England, will take place in December of this year. Matches will start after the summer of '88. Funes showing a liking for the back heel. Several times he's tried it. The first one that really came off, and Sivicki, who profited from it, will play a foul. 24-year-old Dario Sivicki, who plays for the San Lorenzo club, is coached now by the Mexican former national team coach, Bora Milutinovic. Italy will be quite happy to see Argentina play it around back here. Alfaro. Maradona losing Ferrara for a moment, and Garo's cross, but three defenders better equipped to deal with it than any Argentinian. Although Maradona is there again, out by Giannini. And Italy, the masters of the counter-attack. Cicella, the sweeper, showing his willingness to join in again. Something of the impetus lost on this occasion. Alfaro. And Maradona getting the better of Ferrara again, and in a more threatening area. A flicker of hope there for Argentina, but he's being marked by a clubmate, 20-year-old Ciro Ferrara. Quite a responsibility on your international debut.
They've defended particularly well in the air in this half, Italy. Whenever a ball has been put into the box, the Italians have been masters of the clearance, particularly the boy Ferrara, that's playing on the right-hand side of the defensive Italian formation. They've headed clear exceptionally well.
De Napoli, and that extra edge that Italy have shown really from the first whistle, evident again. They began the half well and eventually got their reward. Inside the final minute of the first 45. Helped on by Altobelli. Here's Vialli. Gare, I think, was about to be penalised for obstruction, but before any free kick, it is the half-time whistle. An ebullient first-half performance from Italy, with 2 goals from Fernando De Napoli after 26 minutes. And then Gianluca Vialli's hard, low cross, which probably would have gone in anyway, finally booted into his own net by Oscar Gare. It's Argentina 0, Italy 2 at half-time. We'll take a break. Join us for the second half. Welcome back to Zurich, where Italy are leading Argentina by 2-0. 1 or 2 substitutions during the half-time break, and while we're catching up on those, a word with David Pleat about really what's happened at Tottenham over the last few days.
Well, it's a quiet time in actual fact, Martin. Like many clubs, freedom of contract means that until the first week in July, you're not going to be exactly sure of who you're going to be starting the season with. So there's a lot of manoeuvring at the moment.
Stefano Tacconi of Juventus is on in the Italian goal for the second half. It's his first cap. For Argentina, Hernan Diaz, wearing number 18, is on for Olaticochea. Diaz plays for Rosario Central, who have just won the Argentinian Championship. Hernan Diaz, another who has come through for Argentina from their Olympic squad, which has recently qualified for the final stages of the next Olympic competition in Seoul in 1988. And Diaz gets in an early cross. And Maradona, a shot with his weaker foot. So much is expected every time he plays. But he's in a side that has displayed the weaker teamwork so far. Bagni smiling. Often one who will remonstrate with the referee. But an indication there of what is basically an exhibition game here. To remind you, if you've just joined us, it's the official opening of the 1990 World Cup campaign. Not in terms of qualifying matches, of course, but in terms of commercial sponsorship. And for all lovers of the game, the next World Cup finals can't come quickly enough. Alfaro. D'Agostini, who's fitted in well. It's the first time he's started an international for Italy. He's had 2 previous appearances as substitute. Vialli, one of the muddier patches, but he's got the strength and the speed to extricate himself. Altobelli darting into the middle. Vialli is very much a free spirit as a player, but the Ciuffo has been beaten once significantly, which led to the second goal, and he was backpedaling again then, with a rather glazed look in his eye.
He's let his hair grow a little bit since Mexico. He was strong enough then, but he's certainly not shorn of strength. He's a bullish figure when he gets running forward.
Well, it's Aldo Serena who is leaving Juventus in the next week or so to join Inter. He's an orthodox central striker. 4 substitutions per side allowed to give the 2 coaches an opportunity to show their hands. The captaincy is passed to Bagni. Altobelli, the player who's gone off. Serena finished the season very well for Juventus, who were runners-up to Napoli. He got 8 goals in his last 13 matches, but he really has lost his place to Ian Rush. Foul by Alfaro on Giannini. Donadoni. De Napoli always busy down Italy's right. little too busy on that occasion. Here's Brown. And Ruggeri. Batista. It does seem so strange that it's been virtually a year since Argentina last played, and hence the display of rustiness really here. Part of the problem is now their stars are spread throughout the football world. It's hard to get them together at any one time.
It's amazing how happy they are to concede free kicks really all over the field, as long as they've got time to get their defenders back into positions to defend the box. But they have a ruthless streak in them, both sides, in the defensive play.
Gare. Now Batista. Alfaro. We should also mention that Argentina are lacking the players from Independiente and Boca Juniors who were involved back in Argentina in a domestic cup final. Men like Justi, who played in the World Cup final, not available to come. Bagni. Franchini linking up nicely with Viale. Partnerships here that were forged at under-21 level, under Vicini. And Brown and company in some distress at the back for Argentina in this match.
A little bit disappointed in the fella Batista, Martin. He was a very strong influence out in Mexico, but so far tonight he hasn't been able to get into the game and forge anything from midfield.
And Gallardo looks on with some worry. Viale, it was deflected. Goicoechea couldn't stop the ball going behind. And Donadoni to take the corner for Italy. 2-0 to the good, and looking to add to that advantage. And one or two audacious flicks coming out from players from both sides, in keeping with the occasion. Siviski trying to find an extra gear. Just a little too casual, playing it out from the back. Batista got a foot to it. Maradona trying to push further forward and being pushed in turn. And this might be interesting, David.
Yes, maybe a chance for the Maradona to elevate one of his famous balls over the wall, Martin.
Once in the first half, he passed the ball and the responsibility. Stefano Tacconi, his first real test in international football in Italy's goal. It is Maradona. And the goalkeeper did well because there was a considerable deflection on it and he was already down on the ground and had to reach up to pour it away. So when Argentina really needed something of a break then...
It was noticeable that Maradona won that free kick from controlling the ball on the edge of the box, where he's going to be more dangerous.
As Diaz writhes in pain. A look again at Tacconi's readjustment. could not have been construed really as intentional handball, although the arms were up from the Argentinian players in appeal. Saviski, who has fitted in neatly. And again, Italy reduced to conceding the free kick. Nothing unusual for Bagné, it seems, from the facial expression. So now Pasculi, who scored an important goal in the World Cup finals against Uruguay, makes his entrance. Bilardo has been loyal to him. He's only scored a handful of goals in the Italian second division with Lecce this season. But one now for his country wouldn't come amiss.
I have a feeling Maradona will fancy this one.
And Tacconi was very brave. It was Ruggieri who came in and caught the goalkeeper in the face. And Bagné is furious, and friendships are forgotten at the moment.
Well, once again, it looked as though he might go for the near side corner, but once again, he's gone for the more subtle one, which has left the goalkeeper with a massive problem. Very brave goalkeeping. Both Italian goalkeepers have done themselves credit tonight. They both commanded the box. That was a brave save. Could have been a very difficult ball for him to contain.
And it was certainly a ball that Ruggieri had every right to fight for. Now, I wonder what would happen if Tacconi is hurt seriously, which happily seems unlikely. Whether they would be allowed to bring Zenga back. Argentina have a corner, so no free kick was given against Ruggieri, which I'm sure was the right interpretation by referee Quinio. So it's something of a baptism of fire for Stefano Tacconi, the successor at Juventus to Dino Zoff. Raised again by De Napoli. Dangerous play.
There's no need for the Italians to overreact. They're in a comfortable position, and Bagné would be well advised to not to lead any assaults on the Argentinian forwards whenever there is a free kick given.
And it's crept in. They run to Diaz, and he's saluting a strange goal, but an important one.
I thought there was a touch of the own goals there, Martin.
Oh, it hit Maradona.
Maradona.
Well, it doesn't matter who it's credited to. What matters in the context of the match is it's back to 2-1. Diaz had the shot, and Maradona was there with Ferrara, his shadow, and it ended up in the back of the net.
Came as a result of the Italians, for once, not coping with the longer cross. They've been very adequate, very capable at getting the longer cross away, but on that particular occasion, the scramble that resulted led to Maradona's all-the-own goal, whichever side you support.
Well, you try and tell that to Diaz, David, because I think he fancies it's his.
Well, I think so far he's got, you know, it's an early justification of his presence in the second half.
Ruggieri. Maradona playing it behind Cuciuffo. Well, there were one or two doubters when this fixture was announced that it might be just played out. For a lot of the European-based players, it's been a long season, but they've come to the game with gusto, and it's been very entertaining indeed and eventful along the way. Alfaro with the free kick. Italy had just taken their foot off the gas pedal, really. A 2-goal lead.
Very impressed with the commitment, Martin. It's a real old English battle.
Batista.
I've been impressed with the referee, Martin, the way whenever there's a foul taken place, he's encouraged the players to have the ambition to take the free kick quickly and therefore get on with the game and cause less frustration in the process and less crowd response.
A corner conceded by Tricella, with Masculi coming in. Alvaro takes it. Tacconi with the fist. Gare acrobatically trying to retrieve it, but he's now out of position, and Italy are streaming forward on the break with Tricella, and that is a little cameo, David, of how the sweeper can operate for Italy.
Well, that was absolutely superb, and also superb defending there, because we were really outnumbered and it was a swift break, and it looked as though the third Italian goal was on the cards.
Donadoni has picked himself up. Good persistence from the Milan player, and Giannini, who wasn't too far away with a header in the first half, arriving almost Brian Robson fashion late on proceedings from midfield. And that was a header of some distance right from the edge of the area. Ruggeri. Here's Alfaro. Maradona had pulled away from Ferrara. It was a little too high for him. Gare's retrieving came to naught. And there was some fear then of Italy breaking again, and Argentina weren't going to let it get underway, and Pele and Franz Beckenbauer look on with perhaps a little disapproval at the foul by Alfaro that has led to a yellow card. He was very late. Well, Alfaro now replaced by Oscar Letizia. Letizia played in Switzerland for Argentina back in 1984 and scored his only goal for his country in Bern. Would be a timely moment to get his second. Obstruction by Batista.
I think that was a case of Bagné losing control of the ball and being rather fortunate to gain the free kick.
Or rather clever.
Whatever.
Giannini with the free kick, and it's too long for Mattioli. Goicoechea in a hurry. He's very short of experience even in senior club football in Argentina, because he plays for River Plate, as does Pumpido, the goalkeeper he's deputising for tonight in the national side. Gare. It's touched on by Pasculi to no effect. That was neatly done by Giannini. And Bagné offering something a little bit more positive here. And he's not the favourite person of the Argentinian players at the moment. The ball thrown in his face. Free kick taken quickly, while Bagné was still looking around for whom to blame. The anger there from Vialli is directed only at his own teammates. There's been less support for the front men in the second half.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good point, Martin. I think Vialli with Altobelli hasn't been as influential as in the first half. And by the same token, that Funes in the first half didn't have the support of Maradona. This half, the Argentinians have pushed more forward to help the front players.
Well, that was unlucky. It was a neat layoff from Serena. That caught Ferrara offside. Batista. Letizia, who's a tall forward for basically a wide player. Bagni. And Ruggeri was aware that Bagni was coming then. There's never been a moment here to doubt the commitment of the players. Pasculi. Ferrara could only glance it. They're trying to set Ruggeri up on the edge of the area. Batista. And Italy having to hold the line there under some pressure, which might be relieved now by Serena, who should really be further forward helping Vialli. And there's Vialli.
Once again, another instance, you may say clever, Martin, I may say fortunate to gain the free kick there. But the Argentinians are hustling very well now. And as soon as the Italians nick the ball past one player, there's another player coming in to intercept.
And another word about the referee, Joel Quinhu, who might not have expected a match of such passion to have to control.
Well, I think when we came here, Martin, I don't think we did either, and I'm pleased with the commitment because it's made it a very competitive and enjoyable game.
Letizia. Trying to show Bagni a clean pair of heels. As ever with the Italian defending, there is help at hand from De Agostini. Letizia. Vialli. Serena going through the middle and running offside. Siviski. Look at the number of players that Italy have pulled back. Still protecting a 2-1 lead. Diaz. Siviski. Maradona having to move wide. Gare. And Cicella was fortunate that it ricocheted off Maradona straight to him. I wonder whether Italy can get it right on the break and kill the game off with a third goal. Here's Batista. And now Cuciuffo. Well, literally, Letizia pushed into a corner there.
Even though the Argentinians have maintained the momentum throughout this half and have taken free kicks quickly and kept the pace of the game going, the Italians have got back and defended in depth absolutely superbly.
Has been a subdued Maradona, in all honesty.
He may have been subdued, Martin, but you know the temptation for a player of his tremendous ability and skill is to overdo it and to retain possession all the time and to dribble too much. To be fair to the player, He's laid the ball off, he's brought other players into the game, and he's played a very unselfish game.
Well, Caniggia is the new glamour boy of Argentinian domestic football. He's only 20. He's only got 5 minutes left in his first taste of international football. Another of the troop of players in the squad from River Plate, the World Club champions. And he's hardly been a regular in their side in the Argentinian First Division. But his promise is particularly exciting. The long-haired Claudio Caniggia. And it is Caniggia! And is it a moment of glory for him? No! Well, the name would have been known in Europe then. Suddenly in the clear, and it was scrambled away right on the line for a corner. Brown! Italy hanging on here by a thread. Brown, a scorer in the World Cup final against West Germany. So close. It's a stirring finish from the world champions, and roars of relief from the Italian followers as Tacconi claims the corner. Batista. It's a rather weary ball forward from Ruggeri. It's all ahead of Brown. Caniggia wasn't where he was wanted. There's no doubt that the 32,000 here have thoroughly enjoyed this match stage to get the momentum going for the 1990 World Cup finals. And it's not over yet. Caniggia. Pasculi made it break for him. Letizia with the back heel, and Maradona with the look to the heavens that it didn't quite come off. And now the break is on. It's Vialli, the goalkeeper out at his feet, but he can't stop him. Vialli, 3-1. There was a sting in the tail, but it didn't come from Argentina.
Superb ball. It was played onside by the fullback on the far side of the field. Poor goalkeeper exposed, as we thought he might be, as Argentina surged forward towards the end of the game. But my word, what cool finishing by Vialli. I think he has added a subtlety to his game since he was in the group of players in the Italian World Cup squad.
Gianluca Vialli of Sampdoria, but the giants like Napoli and Juventus are bidding to sign him for next season, and you can see why. He's 22 years old. And it's 3-1. And very nearly 3-2. It was Letizia's shot. Pasculi trying to fasten on to a little rebound off the goalkeeper as Tacconi fumbled for a moment.
It's been a wonderful finale, a wonderful finish to a game. It's one of those games where if you blink, you might miss something. Super finish.
And it's yet another break. And yet again, it's Vialli, who's wearing the captain's armband now. And it was Giannini who was up in support. Caniggia. time is up on my watch. Maybe the referee, like the rest of us, is enjoying it so much. Piccini has a win against the world champions under his belt in his first year in charge of Italy. All Brown can do is boot it long. All Bilardo can do is look and wonder what quite went wrong.
I think at this stage, Martin, it's a learning process. The South American Championships start at the end of this month. The Italians have got a lot to go for, and they'll just be pleased, and FIFA particularly pleased, that the game, although so highly competitive, has been very technically skillful and very exciting.
And it comes to an end with Italy winners by 3-1. De Napoli and the Vialli shot that went in off Garre in the first half. The rather strange Argentinian goal from the shot from Diaz that hit Maradona on its way in. And then Vialli sprinting clear to complete that scoreline. So the 1990 World Cup tournament has had its symbolic start here in Zurich. Two countries you'll definitely see in Italy in 3 years' time have given a stirring send-off to it. There's a real battle, of course, for other places, which starts in earnest next year with England after the European Championship finals, which is the immediate target for Bobby Robson's men. But tonight, once again, the appetite for the World Cup finals has been well and truly whetted. From David Pleat and myself, Martin Tyler, good night to you all.